Huh? Okay, I repeat. Few things you need to make sure that you do not make any mistake is there is no space between function with the bracket, and it is a case sensitive. You need to make sure you type exactly as it is. Right? Other than that, you try. Okay, you should try. Okay, try this until you get it. Okay, siapa yang dapat tu cuba tolong kawan yang tak dapat. So resolve that. Okay, what's next? Okay, so let's have a look at your current page, which is your index.php. Okay, so you have a bunch of files here, bunch of locations. So what you're going to do is you can see at this particular column, right? So now let's have a look at your Dreamweaver now. Alright, so if you can see now, you can go under split. If you go under split, then you can see that when I add this header on top here, okay, when I add header on top here, the header will be written on top here. Okay, because the position of my header or the position of my division here, I put it right after my main. So there is a main page, and this on top of this main page, you will have another division. So this whole block here is actually your test, right? Or what you call as a new class that I just created. Okay, you can try this one. Okay, go at your line number 223 or line 22, make a new line, add this particular line. Okay, can you add this line? Okay, add this line now. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a login page here. Alright, so this is the place where your login is going to be, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another form. Okay, so this is going to be a form here. Okay, have you added this already? Done? Okay, so now I'm going to insert the form. So I'm going to use the form here to easily add my item. There's a text field, so I just simply going to drag and drop here. So then I'm going to call this one as username. Okay, username, text. So click OK, it will add a username here. And I'm going to add another. Go to the toolbar, form, look for text field, bring it down. This time I will have a password, change it to password. Okay, or maybe I just call it as password, passwd. Okay, so this one click OK. So I have username and password. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add here a little bit. So username, okay, alright. Then I will have another submit button here. So look for a button. So this is the button here, button, drag and drop. So this one will be a submit button, login. So simply click OK. Alright, are you okay? No? When I ask you know, you say okay. Not okay. Alright. Di mana?
Dia macam keterangan
Tadi nak bold kan?
Okey, jangan apa dah.
Okay, so what you should be getting once you have typed this thing in, then you should be getting something like this. Okay, so you have a login interface on top here, so you can log in. So when they key in their login name, login, you say welcome blah blah blah, my account blah blah blah. Okay, so you want to say something like that. Okay, alright, so how do you do this? Alright, are you ready? Are you done? Okay, so I minimize this. So this is currently your form. Okay, your form ID and your form name is form log. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have PHP commands here so that you will do a checking and making sure of what we actually going to do, right? Are you okay so far up to now? Okay, so let's draw some diagram here. What is the thing that you need to know when you deal with this kind of environment? Okay, I'm not sure how well you know about forms. Okay, I assume right now you do not know anything about it. Okay, so for example, right now, let's have a look at this particular item. Right, just give me a minute and let me do something here. Okay, so this is your current form that you have, and this form is located inside the form called as form log, correct? Right, so basically this particular file or this particular agenda, the login page, will be inside this form called as form log. Okay, under the form, there are a couple of things that you need to know. Okay, one of the parameters that you need to know is about method. Okay, have you know about method? Have you ever been briefed about method? What is method? Is under form? Have you or haven't you? Haven't. Okay. Under method, there are two types of methods which is available under forms. One of the methods is called as get and post. Okay, so what do you know about get? What do you know about post? Okay. Yes? Okay, get is getting the value from the browser. How about the post? Display. Okay, that's where you are wrong. Okay, that's where you are actually wrong. Okay, it's a little bit different. Okay, when you use get, the value that you actually key in inside here, inside the username and password, will be shown at your URL. Okay, let's have a look at this carefully. Okay, right now, okay, I just minimize this. Okay, you don't do anything yet, you just have a look. Okay, and now I'm adding the methods. Okay, methods. You can see now there is method get and post. Now I'm going to use method get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this file and have a look at this carefully. Okay, have a look at this carefully. So I'm going to type my SSS and my password is 11111. Okay, obviously you cannot see, right? Okay, now I submit. Have a look at this carefully. Okay, what do you see? Okay, so when you use method get, so whatever you type here will be written. Okay, do you understand now? Okay, let's change this to post. Okay, what happened when you change this to post? Post, keep it and save it. So now I refresh this again. Okay, maybe I just remove the front portion. Alright, so I change to 00000 and my password is 2222. No, 2222. Okay, and login. So what do I see? This one is nothing much. This is just autocomplete. Don't worry about this one. Whether you say yes or no, right? Right now it's still saving under post. Okay, so it's not supposed to be the same. It's not supposed to be the same. So I think it's still under the cache. Okay, I just close it and rerun again. So this time it's post. Right, so I save this thing again and I run it one more time. Save it. Yes. Okay, and let's test it again. Okay, I think previously it still shows because there was a cache on the browser, so that's why it's showing back. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so I retype this. Okay, so I submit for login. So no, okay, I don't see anything on top. Do you see this? Okay, so this is what you say about push. Okay, when I change this one back to get again, okay, when I change this one into get, and I do a refresh, okay, so now I retype again, 7777, 33333, login, no, you can see that username. Okay, now you see that this thing will appear when I use get. Are you okay so far? Alright, so when I use the method get, then I will get something like this. Okay, so this is what you call as using method get. So let's have a look at this. Okay, when I use method get, I will get something like this, will appear. Right, so method get will be like this one will be hidden. Which one is more safer? Post will be safer. Okay, alright. Let's not talk about post now. Let's talk about get. Alright, so I put this one down first. We come to this in a short while. Okay, let's talk about this one. Okay, when we talk about this, you see that there is this username here. Okay, what do you call this as? Okay, what do you call it? Okay, let me remove this one so that it does not recognize. Okay, right. What did I mark in red color? What do you call this? This is what you call as? Yes? It's a variable, right? Right, it's actually a variable. You can see there's the username, there's the password, there's the login. This is what you call as URL. Okay, URL variable. Alright, so you can use this URL variable to capture this value to do a testing. Are you okay so far? Yes? Okay, so this URL variable you use to capture this URL variable. Okay, in order to call this variable, okay, you can call using PHP using this method, which is $_gets. Okay, so you need to specify the variable name. Okay, so you need to specify the variable name, right? Okay, let's have a test on how to use this variable name. Okay, we don't use this one first, we use the simplest one first. Okay, are you right so far? Okay, so this is how you used to call the value. Okay, now let's use this command first, shall we? Okay, so now let's go back here and let's go all the way up. Okay, let's start from here. Okay, so you do is you declare a variable username, okay, equals nobody. Right, so declare a variable called nobody, and then you try to get the value username. Right, you can see when you type $_ automatically you have the gets. Okay, so now you're getting the value using the get method. Okay, so you're using the get method. Okay, so you do an echo here. Okay, so the user is blah blah blah, and he should be able to review the value. Okay, if let's try this and have it refresh, you can see the value here. Right, so what actually happened is using the URL variable, we managed to capture this value and show it inside. Alright, there are tricks to it. There are some problems that you need to know also. Okay, try to do this first. Are you good? Okay, done. What if I want to change this one into a post method? Okay, so I can just simply go back down, change it to a post method, change this to a post. Okay, when I change this one to a post, then on top here I cannot use get, so I need to change this one to a post. Okay, so when I change this one to a post, again I need to rerun again. Just need to close this. Just need to close this too. Close. Right, and rerun this thing again. So when I rerun this particular file again, you can see there will be an error. Okay, there will be an error because I have not done any posting yet. Because when I have not done any posting yet, it will say that post username does not exist or the variable does not exist. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so you have something like this. Will exist saying that the parameter number 6 has an error because the parameter what you call as username post have not existed yet. So if I enter something here, I and password is 8888. So when I do a login, no, then again no problem. Okay, so sometimes this problem is just not a problem, it's just not declared yet because we haven't do the action yet. So don't panic as long as you are confident of what you're doing. Okay, so sometimes you do not want error to be shown to your users. So you want it to be nice, clean, without errors, correct? So how do I do this so that when user login will not show an error? Okay, so what you do is you go and search from the Google. How do I hide this? Okay, how do I hide this? If you manage to find it carefully, you will find this one from your web, from the internet. Okay, then you say there's a function under php.net saying about is set. So is set is determined if the variable is set or is not null. Okay, so basically you can use this function to do a testing whether this value exists or doesn't exist. Okay, so how do we use this so that it will be able to help you to make a better user interface or better user experience? So what you do is you just copy this function. So this function that you want, the one that you want to use. So again, before we actually allocate the name, so you do a test here first. Okay, let's do a test here first. Do an if. Okay, so you set whether this value exists or don't exist. Okay, if it's set, then it will show, you will do this. If not, you will not. You maintain as nobody. Alright. Okay, so what we do is, if set post username, then it goes in. If not, it does not goes in. Okay, so what I do is I just reclose this one back again, and I view this again in my web browser. Right, so if what my guess is right, you should get user is nobody. So sometimes you can use Google to find certain commands that you can actually use to help you to refine. Okay, you refine. Okay, it's set, it's not correct. Okay, maybe it's not valid. Okay, I think you're getting the same thing. Yes. Okay, don't worry. Let's find some more. What is the problem here? Okay, so it's set, so it's not detecting. Okay, let's find another option. Oh, okay, alright, this is the minor issues. We need to put another bracket. Okay, so when you do a function, if you need to do another bracket, then only it will work. Okay, but let me test again. Alright. Okay, alright, got it. Okay, so that is the main problem. Sometimes the simplest problem could be just a bracket. Okay, so you're not planning. Okay, so do you understand what's going on here? Okay, so what you have learned? Okay, what you have learned basically the concept of using post method and how this value can be called. Okay, in a PHP. Okay, so now what you're doing right now, you are communicating with HTML with PHP. Okay, what is going on again after this? Okay, what should you do? Okay, there are a few questions that I need to arise to you. Okay, the concept of web. Okay, the concept of web. Okay, for example, I have multiple web. Usually, one web, when I click another web. There will be another link. So I click another link, click another link, click another link. So each time when I click these links, so what actually happened is, does the value from one page goes to another page? Does it go to another page? Yes or no? Just now we did, right? When you type something this value here, when you submit, it's assuming that now it goes to the next page. Okay, when it goes to the next page, does the value bring forward to the next one? Yes, it does. But however, how far can it go? Second, third, fourth, fifth? Do you understand so far? Let me show you a diagram here. Okay, so right now you type in login. Alright, you may have a multiple sites or websites. Okay, web page number 1. You go to page number 1. When you click, you go to the next page. Okay, you go to the next page. Okay, so you click inside here. you have another page that goes to another page. Okay, when inside here, you go to another page, then it comes up another page here. Alright, so just say right now, you type here username. Okay, username equals Bada. Okay, Bada is a username. Okay, when you submit, does the username carry forward to the next one? Okay, yes. Okay, from here, does it carry to this one? Okay, your answer is wrong again. No. Okay, obviously, this is also no. Okay. Alright. So it only carry forward to the next available page. Do you get it? Do you understand? I have a text box here. I submit. You bring forward to them. Okay. How do I make this file submit to the next one? Submit to the next one. Or the next one, the next one, the next one. How do I do that? Yes? You don't know. Okay? Do another text box here, submit the next one. Do another text box, submit the next one. You understand so far? Okay, let's demo this. Okay, let's demo this. Okay, what I want you to do, okay, create 3 files. Okay, 3 files. Okay, this is the main one. Okay, this is the rubbish one, rubbish one, rubbish one. Okay, good one. Okay, let's create this. Let's demo this. I want you to test this on your own. Okay, let's make a new file. Okay, call this one is rubbish1.php. Okay, this is the first one. It goes to the first one, and then I have another one. Edit rubbish2.php. And then rubbish3.php. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to do whereby from rub1, okay, from login, when I submit login, right, just say how I want to demo that when I click here, when I click submit here, I want to go to rub1. Okay, from rub1, I go to rub2, rub2 go to rub3. So how do I do this? Is inside this form, I will have another item called as action. Action equals the name of the file that you want to go to. rub1.php. Okay, so I have this one here. So when I have this thing here, it goes to rub1.php. So this command will no longer be able to be used. So I need to bring this forward, this command to rub1. Okay, so rub1. Are you following me? Okay, good. Okay, I thought I'm talking to myself. Okay, so here .php. Right, so now I simply put the code here. Okay, so your activity after this is basically this value will be shown. Okay, right. Okay, so after this, I want you to figure out yourself. Okay, so I refresh. So now I type something, y. 1. Login. Okay, it goes to rub1. Okay, it goes to rub1 now. And I will user1.yy. Okay, now your task is I want you to bring this username all the way until rub4. How do you do this? Okay, you figure it out. I'm not going to tell you the answer. Okay, how do I bring this value from I only brought you to rub1, now rub2, rub3. Okay, you do it. I give you 5 minutes. Figure it out. Okay, I give you a hint. Okay, I give you a hint. Okay, I give you a hint. Inside rub1, you have another form, you have another text box. then you have another submit. Okay, do that. 5 minutes, faster, faster. Okay, so what am I expecting from you? Okay, just say I enter the name. Right, so when I click login, you bring forward the name here, so the text box will be bringing here. So when I submit, now it's RUP 1. When I submit, it goes to RUP 2, you bring forward here again. Submit here again, it goes to RUP 3, also still bringing it. So this is what I want you to do. So bring the data from index to the data to okay, so right. Okay, so if I change here, you bring forward a new one. Submit, it goes bring here. Okay, if I change here again, so you bring forward to the additional to RUP. Right, so you can see the changes. In how it is being used from here. Okay. Okay, so what should you have? Okay, so because we are short of time also, okay, now I'm giving you the answer. Okay, the answer, the one that you're supposed to get, okay, like normal, nothing much. Okay, let's have a look at the code, your code here. Right, so index like normal, I substitute the actions to go to rap1.php. So when I click, it goes to rap1.php, and the command that the one that we did just now is exactly the same as what we have done in earlier. So everything was the same, but right now what I have here is the addition of forms. Okay, action, get forms, is another name, but I have a text box, blah blah blah. Then you can see a value here. So this value is the value of this text box. Now you can see that I can actually put a PHP value to the value of HTML. So it's actually a mixing of HTML and PHP. Okay, when I put this value, so this value will be allocated inside the text, right? So text box. So this value will be submitted. So this value will have a new variable. Okay, new variable that refers to the data types, right? So now from here, you can see it goes to rap2. It works the same as well. Okay, it works as well. I think it's the same. But the advantage of just now, the value can be changed. Okay, but it also can become a disadvantage. What if I do not want this value to be changed? So what should I do so that this value maintain the same? Again, ideas. Anybody have any ideas? Okay, great ideas, no ideas. HTML, just HTML. Change something, it becomes something. What do you need to do? Okay, so what should I do so that it becomes protected, not change? Okay, so what I can do is I can have this enabled. Disable equals to. Disable equals disable. So when I set this command, disable equals disable. So what you can see now, let's me go back to rap2 or the rap1. Okay, so this is the value just now. I resubmit. Okay, so when I resubmit, it should be disabled now. See? Now I cannot make changes. Okay, I could not make any changes. Because why? I've added advantage whereby I already add this command called as disable equals disable. Okay, what if I do not want this value to be shown at all? Okay, what if this value I do not want to show this at all? So what I can do is also change the type text to hidden. Okay, so once I change this one to hidden, okay, now you see, now you know. Okay, missing. Okay, even though it's hidden, I can still bring the value to the other side. So submit, the value is hidden. Are you okay so far? So there are three methods. One is disable equal disable, or simply change the text to hidden. But again, how do you think about this problem? Is it easy going to manage? Do you think it's going to be easy going to manage? Just say that you have hundreds of pages. You want to bring username to all the pages. Do you think it's going to be fun for you to do the program? Not at all. Okay? Not at all. The fun, I think you spoil your fun. Okay? How do you improve this? So that's why what they have done is they have improved whatever that we have done with the problem here with another method. So this method called as session or cookies. Okay, so to solve these issues, they use another two methods, which is session or cookies. What is a cookies? Right? It's not chips more. Okay, it is a simply a file which is stored in your local computer. But the thing is, when do you use cookies? When do you use cookies? And why should you use cookies? Yeah? So what do you think? When should you use cookies? Usually you use cookies to store your username and passwords or details, okay, so that you can reuse it in your local computer. Is it safe? It's not safe, because just say you log on to Facebook, okay, you forgot to log out. Okay, if somebody open the computer of yours, can they open your Facebook? Yes, so that's why you need to log out, because they have cookies inside. So those cookies can become a very useful thing, can also becomes a security breach, because somebody can open it. Okay, alright, what if you have Maybank account, right? You have Maybank to you, or CIM Maybank, correct? You do money transfers, you see your money through online. Do you see your money transfer online? Yes, no? Okay, if you do, if just say banking use cookies, do you think it's going to be safe? No, of course you're not going to use the system anymore. Because of that, they use session. So session allows you to keep the session for you to do the login. Okay, so from here, what is the difference between session, between cookies? Who control the sessions? Who control the sessions? Server control the sessions. Who control the cookies? Your own computer, user's computer. Okay, so you need to make sure you know this very well. Cookies are controlled by user's computer. Session is controlled by server. So which one takes more resources? Server will take more resources, because it needs to keep track every single user who log on to your system. Do you understand so far? Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use the session first, then later on maybe cookies. Okay, let's have a look at cookies. Okay, so cookies. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all this. So I don't want all this anymore. Okay. Oh, anyway, I think I just use something else. Okay, so this is for me, and I will have another page here. Okay, so now let's have a look at about HTML. So I just changed this about HTML into PHP. Okay, can you convert the about HTML to .php? Okay, so now it becomes a PHP version. Alright, are you done? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this one. When I click login, it goes to about .php. Okay, right. So I have created this about.php. Okay, so now this particular login, when I click login, you will keep my username, and then you will do it here. Okay, so if the username submitted, then I will have another function here. So I will say that session starts. Okay, right, sessions. So I create a session called as user info. Okay, as long as this particular user has login, so automatically it will store the name of that particular user. User name. So when I store this username, okay, so I can simply call this whenever I want to. Okay, as long as the session is started. So I need to let my server know that, okay, I'm going to start my session now. Start. So I declare session underscore start. So because I have login, okay, so once I have login, then the session is started. Okay, right, so session started. I store my value, but maybe I change this a little bit after this, but I do not want it to go to about. I want it to go to my index so that it will run this first for the first time. Okay, are you done on this one? Okay, so for those of you already done, then I just change this one to my index.page. So when I log in, I'll go back to my index.page. Okay, alright, so it goes back to my index page, then I will run this one. Are you okay so far? Okay, so now I'm going to go to about.php. Yes? Who's having problem? Okay, nak tengok mana? Okay, alright. Okay, so you have finished this one automatically when you log on successfully. Okay, we haven't done any checking on the username, but simply once they type in, click login, you straight away store the name of that particular user and store it inside the sessions. So this particular information is the one that we're going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this tick out. So copy and I'll bring it to my about.php. So right on top here, I will just okay, so this is the function that I want to add in. So insert, then I have it here. So I just convert this one on top here, copy this, and bring it and replace this one here. Okay, if it's the user is set, means okay. So what I do is I need to put this one first. So it's saying that this particular page is still under the same sessions, and then I don't need this anymore. And then I just convert this one. Okay, so cut this here and put it in front. Right, so I retrieve the information from the memory or from the server. So the server will supply me the information, then I should be able to get the information accordingly, as long as my session is started. Okay, that's about it. Okay, so now I managed to get the value. Okay, if you try and test yourself, okay, so when I log in from here, okay, so when I log in from here, click login, so the value will be brought back to the sections. So click login, so the value goes in if right now I'm under index if you notice it, see on the index one, now I scroll down a little bit, I have the about us. So you click about us, you can see the session is still maintained. Okay, so now we have already implemented using session. Right, let's keep using about session. Pretty simple.